Alright, so let's do a close-up of the Arsenal SLR 107R, or you could call it the SLR 10711, as when I first ordered it. I ordered this the first day it came out on KVAR's website, and I beat Robski by I think four serial numbers. So I guess they just like me better, Rob. But it took a little while longer than expected to get them. Said they were having a little trouble getting them in, and they were delayed by just a couple of weeks. So they were going to start shipping the end of SHOT Show, and it took about a week and a half longer than usual after SHOT Show 17. So it really didn't matter. These were an MSRP of $849, and that's what you're going to buy them for on KVAR. They sold out of them pretty quick. They just got another batch in. I don't know if they're sold out again, but I've got about 1,000 rounds through this thing so far. I got another 2,000 rounds that I just got to find some time for and get out there. But if you want to look at really great torture test videos, Robski from AK Operators Union does really great vids on him, on pretty much all the AKs. If you want to know anything about him, go to his channel. But this one's mine, and just go through how it's holding up so far and what I've done to it. Haven't done much. It is a little short for me on, I mean, I'm not a tall guy, but this com block rear stock is just a little short. I might need a NATO one, because when I get it in my shoulder, it bounces a little bit. But the finish on it's really nice. I know Rob's had a little, one of his Arsenals was bubbling at the barrel, but I think he's got 4,000 rounds in one of these and has no issues, but maybe a little rust under the gas block. But mine's been holding up great. Got 1,000 rounds. I did a lot of quick shooting with it. There's just a little bit of decoloration on the gas block, but it's not bad. I'm not seeing any rust or anything forming. And with the surplus slant brake, I don't like really all the fancy brakes. I like to keep things kind of original looking, and it works fine. I did add the Ultimak rail, and I just have a cheapo TRS 25 Bushnell red dot on it right now, and it actually does co-witness with the rear sight, so that's pretty nice. Got the rear sight set up at 3 right now for my Battle Zero, but the thing is really, really accurate for surprisingly. It took a little while to sight it in. I didn't have to push the front sight over much at all. I mean, it's not going to focus, but barely pushed it, and had to what did I do? I had to raise it just a little bit. Yeah, I sighted in at 100 yards just for right now, and I usually sight most of my rifles in at either 36 yards, 100 yards. I just try to stick to the Marine Zeros on the M4s and M16s. That's what I'm used to shooting. So, but this thing's been just hit anything I want. I go out to the pit and just blast stuff all day. It's great. I've not had any stoppages on it. Thing just runs just like it should. But I'm getting, just a couple marks here and there, which are expected. I mean, I'm going to beat the living crap out of this thing, but everything seems to be holding up well. It's, this is, from the factory pretty tight, but I just loosened it up a little bit because you would need a tool from the site to get this thing. So I just bent it out just a tiny bit so I could do it by hand, and it'll wear. It's for the gas tube release. It'll wear fine, and it'll get looser. The rear sight leaf, it barely canted at all, but you're getting a little wear on the drum, expected to on here. Let's go to the other side. just a little decoloration on the surplus slant. Maybe I'll try one of Ropsky's. A couple of my friends are getting them, so I'll try them out first and see if I like it. But I just like the original look of that slant brake, and it does well enough. I don't know if I'm going to put some wood on it or keep it black too. But made in Bulgaria, 107R, so yeah. And is Arsenal through Las Vegas. This the side rail mount is done really well. All the rivets on this thing are really nice. The X and the Y's are everything's just really clean on it. You can see the rivets. There's no deformation, and nothing's loose. The spot welds are done really well. The spot welds on the other side are, let's see, this one's just a little low, but you know, it's not affecting anything or going to. I can't see any light through, you know, any of the rivets. The mag rivets, they're done really well. They're clean, and nothing's loose on it. But I do have the sling on it. Why not? If it's got a spot for a sling, I just like having them on them. Sometimes it gets in the way at the range, but I don't really care. If I'm going to grab it, I'm going to have the sling ready for it. It does come. Well, it does come with a little oil can marked Arsenal. It comes with a 5-round mag also. There's nothing in here. This just goes in my little storage. And the original muzzle nut. It comes in. This is a 14x1 left-hand thread on these, so any of the surplus original brakes are gonna fit on it. It's not the 28x1 or something. Just for you to keep that in mind. I do have a Tapco G2 on it, and this is a Krebs trigger, a Krebs tuned trigger I got from Circle 10. It comes in here. Here's the original Arsenal trigger. The original Arsenal trigger's fine, but I wanted to just be able to run this thing a little faster, and with this Krebs trigger, you can definitely do that. It's let's take a look at it, and it's got a little different shape to it, but very smooth. It's a little noisy, but whatever. Guns make noise. So the reset on this thing is pretty mechanical, but you're gonna be able to run this thing faster than the original trigger. All standard AKM furniture is going to fit on this thing too. I'll be going to Knob Creek. I just missed it, but I'm going in October, so I'm going to try and find maybe some wood for this thing. But then I got to figure out 922 compliance, so I'll have to deal with that too. But I don't know. I'll run it through my little calculator for 922R compliancy and see what I can do to it. It also does come with a cleaning kit if it doesn't get stuck, but there's a standard cleaning kit in there with and it's stuck. It got stuck in there real nice one time. Well, I'm not gonna take it out for now. I'll deal with it later. But you know, it comes with the front side adjustment tools, the brush, standard stuff. Let's pop the hood. You know, it's got the rib cover on it. This thing's holding up fine. Everything is marked, stamped with the numbers, and the ribs help. But look at the spring. It's a typical let's see. Yeah, this thing's pretty dirty still. I have to clean it out. But this is it's got the Arsenal slap on the bottom. Let me put that aside so I can clean the thing. Man, let's see. These rails are starting to polish up from the the bolt carrier. And here's the G2. Krebs just basically polished the crap out of it and smoothed out all the edges, and really smooth. And it does have the Tapco. I got rid of the paper clip retaining pin retainer for the Tapco. It fits in here just fine. And, you know, safety works fine on it. But here's the bolt. So, you know, top cover's numbered. You have the bolt carrier group numbered, and the bolt's numbered. Come here. Bolt's going to be numbered right here. And the wear on the thing is, you know, typical. There's really not many deformations. I can see it all. It is a spring-loaded firing pin. And, man, I thought I cleaned this thing better. I'm going to have to go through it again. And, yes, you do have to clean your AKs. I have been neglective, but not to a point of having any stoppages. But why would you want to risk it? Just clean your guns. But this thing's holding up real nice. Wear everywhere that I would like to see it. And some more. The channel in here is very little wear. The machine marks are, machined a little rough right there, but whatever, it's running. And you're gonna have a little wear here. The gas pin seems to be holding up just fine. And see the piston. Piston looks great. It doesn't have. I clean it when I can. It doesn't really get too dirty with carbon. But it's really well made. The nose on the back it gets deformed a little bit, but I mean barely anything. I know Rob's skis is a little flatter, and it's actually deformed the hammer on the regular trigger. But I'm going to see how this mates up with the Krebs G2. But for now, it's just taking a little wear off, so not bad. And the piston's just a tiny bit loose, nothing to care about. And yeah, so far it looks good. Exactly where you want to see it. I did take, when I first got it, I took this whole thing apart, looked for any corrosion, looked for the canted sights, looked for everything. Barely canted at all. I can't really get a good camera angle on it. Sorry, guys. But it zeroed great, shoots great. Everything's really just clean and what you'd expect, from Arsenal. Even being at their budget gun for $850. I mean, I don't know why anyone would want to go buy an RAS 47 for $7 something when you could jump up to this. Even if you're looking for a Wasser 10, I mean Wassers are really awesome lately, but they're selling for $650. So if you wanted a step up, why not get an Arsenal for another couple $100? You can do it. You can save up and have yourself a really nice AK. I was saving up for Arsenal underfolder, but I really wanted a stamped receiver. This is a 1mm stamped receiver. Their underfolders are milled, but I mean, as soon as one of my friends pointed this out to me, and it came up for sale, and I just grabbed it. I had the money saved for the underfolder, but I went and got this instead, and can't complain at all. This is turning into one of my favorite guns. I haven't had an AK in probably 10 years because I don't know. I'm starting to rebuild a collection that I had that was lost in a storage accident at a gun shop. or that's what they say at least. But I got paid out for it, so just starting to rebuild. This top cover is just a little, still giving me a little trouble sometimes, but there we go. It'll break in. Action smooth on it. I don't know if I'm going to polish up the receiver at all, just make it a little smoother. I'm just going to let it wear in itself. But so far, it's been a great rifle. And probably only got about 300 rounds on that trigger, but I'm going to have to get out the range soon and just dump 1,000 rounds out. And just waiting to find some time. But if you're looking for a great AK and you don't really want to spend tons of money, you know, on any of the, you know, crazy Polytech Legends or Madi, which will probably be my next AK. I've had Napops and OPAPs. I just don't like them. The cheek weld on the back, the stocks are too high. Your face is too high to get a good sight picture on the iron sights. A lot of guys say like, oh yeah, they're made for optics, but I don't know. I went with the Ultimak instead of the side rail, just because I wanted to be more streamlined and have co-witness, and it's working out great. But I don't know, the last one the last underfolder I had was an NPAP. It was a great underfolder, but you know, you can't find certain stocks. You have to go with certain stocks for the OPAPs and NPAPs, and yeah, it's whatever. It's got a chrome lined barrel and a chrome bolt, bolt carrier and bolt, but this has a chrome lined barrel, and I don't really care if it has a chrome lined bolt or carrier. This thing runs great, and you know, I'll do another shooting video of it soon. I'll get it out, but just wanted to get a close-up vid of it, and so you guys can see it. Oh yeah, it does come with a cleaning rod too, and it does have a bayonet lug. I gotta get a bayonet for it. Hopefully Knob Creek, they'll have plenty, I'm sure. But any questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks.